show you the difference between VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. And this is a question I often get asked. What is the difference? Which one's better? Which one's more flexible? And that's what I'll show you. Make sure you hit subscribe to the channel for more. Okay, so VLOOKUP is a function that most Excel users are at least familiar with or have heard of. And I'll show you what that does just in case you haven't. So we've got you covered. All right, so in this case, what I want to do is I want to look up a value that relates to Jack. So I've got the data down here and I want to relate that data to Jack. So in this case, I'm going to look up the value for Jack, which is the lookup value. And the table that I want to check that up on is just down here. So I'm just going to lock that into place. Now, in this case, what I want is the staff ID for Jack. So how many columns across is that in this table? It's 1, 2. So I'll type 2, and then I want an exact match. So I'm going to put in false and enter. Okay, so as you can see, it's now generated the staff ID for Jack, which is 1001. And if I change this to say Cindy, then staff ID is going to change to Cindy. And I can apply that across as well and just change the number of the column number here, the column index number, to 3 and 4. Now, what happens though if I want to go the other way around? So let's say I want to find out how many made a total of 57 sales. Let's try that here. So if I use VLOOKUP, I want to look up the value 57 in this table, and it's the first column in that table. And again, I want the exact match. It's not going to work. It's going to come up with an error. The reason that comes up with an error is because when you're using VLOOKUP rather, you need the value that you are looking up to be in the first column of the table. So in that case, I would need to basically make it like this. So this is the table because 57 is the value I'm looking up. It needs to be in the leftmost column, in which case the only columns I can actually look up are this one and sales. Okay, so that's not exactly what we're looking for. We want to know which staff member made a total of 57 sales. And that's where XLOOKUP comes into it. So here, I'm going to use XLOOKUP instead. And the value that I'm going to look up, again, is 57. And I want to look up the value 57 in this specific array here. So I'll just lock that into place once again. And the return array, I want to generate a value from this column. If not found, I already know it's in there, but I can just type in, say, NA. That would just be like an error. And I want it to be an exact match, so I'm going to type in 0, and I'll just leave that blank and close the formula. And that's come up, that's come up with Jack. So that's the difference. So that's the difference between VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. VLOOKUP restricts you to looking up a value in the leftmost column of a table or an array, whereas XLOOKUP gives you that added degree of flexibility that you sometimes need. I hope that helped, and please subscribe to my channel for more.